friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know.
This is the Villa Suso Palace, and in the medieval it was for the nobles, but then after the first industrial revolution it became a flat for farmers, and a lot of people start to came to Vitoria at the first time of the 20th century.
Please don't make any sense.
They decided to build another neighborhood after the Plaza Nueva that is there and the archers that are there, because they wanted to connect the train station and the city. The train station was built in 1852 and the first train that arrived to Vitoria was in 1862. And before that, to communicate with other cities and other places, they used a optical telegraph that was in San Vicente Tower, and nowadays it isn't there, but they used to be there.
But it moves. You don't know the half of the abuse. All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them.
In the 19th century, this was a bank only for Vitoria, and it has its specific money called bellones, and Ladislao was the promoter of this bank. 10 years later, they were very badly economic, so they do a huge bank for all Spain, and the money was las pesetas, and now they are constructing a memorial for the victims of terrorism.
To ask you who you know. Please don't make any sense.
This is the Postas Street. This was the last street that was in the city. Here is where the post building is, and those years was there on the other corner of the street, but nowadays it's there. And in the 19th century they built this street because it was the main street, the street that was called the train station street that connects the city with the train station, and nowadays it's called Eduardo Dato because it was a politician that helped and made lots of good things for Vitoria and Álava.
That street was a street for shopping. It was a luxury street, and in the same year that it was made, that street they made Círculo Vitoriano, that was an exclusive club with rich people, and that they couldn't enter women alone. They need to live with a man of their family.
Welcome to the room of people who have rooms of people that they love one day docked away. Just because we.
So these are the three different expansions that were the finalists for doing the Calle Dato. This was the first one that was one to come, another to go again to the Plaza Nueva. This was like in San Sebastián, but it was the most expensive one. And this was the wing one, but the strange thing of this is like this street, it doesn't connect with the Plaza Nueva because Arturo Vidal Arrieta not paid and said to the mayor to don't build there, and he built a house and he have lots of money. And this is like the thing that it wants.
The guns at the door doesn't mean our brains will change from hand grenades. You living on the psychopath sitting next.
As we have said before, that street was a luxury street, a very expensive one, and there was a Café Suizo, and in Zara there was a Café Moderno that was also very expensive. Not everyone could afford it, and there was shop and a telefonia. That in telefonia, most workers were women.
You love another murderer sitting next to you. You think I'd get here sitting next to you. But after all I've said, please don't forget. All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know.
This is Arca Square, and this here is the first hotel that was in Vitoria. It was Quintanilla's Hotel. Like you see, there were balconies that were added after it was built. From that balconies, people watch the streets, and that's why it started to call them Los Mirones de Vitoria. That was the people that was there. And then we could see in that city, in that building, a normal building from that year, and there you can see that the first floor, in the street floor, were only shops. In the first and the second floor there were rich people, because this was the hotel one, and then because it was the less stairs that they have to climb, and then in the up flats were the lowest people, because it was less humid and very cold.
Half of the abuse. We don't deal with outsiders very well.
They built the station, but it was little and they came a lot of tourists, so they have to make it a bigger building. Then in the other side there wasn't the universities or neighborhoods, they were only a convent, Las Salesas, and the military houses. In the center of the station, there was the 15 minutes walk, because it's the exactly time that you need to do that walk.
You don't know the half of the abuse.
So this house is from Heraclio Brunel, the boy that made the cards in Vitoria. He has the factory between his house, that's here, and the rails, because that's how all the people could see him and the name of the factory, and how he could travel that, take that car to other places.
This is the Zulueta Palace of Alfredo, that was the son of Julian Zulueta. Julian was a slavist that went to Cuba to make more money, and then he made a house for each of his sons. So he has 13 sons and daughters. And the Palace of Elvira is a gallery. And this garden is an English garden, because the entrance are in the center. They are a little bit hidden.
Outside ready